G'day guys, hope all is well. Welcome to the video that is all about the rifles. So firstly, let's get into the practical usages in the game. Right now the meta is to buy SMGs. In the past we used to buy assault squads plus single rifles, but these days the SMG is probably the better bet because the range isn't too much difference. The range for a rifle is about 70 maximum, 65 with the AI shooting, and with the SMG it's 50 max and 45 with the AI shooting. So it isn't much difference for the rate of fire you get with the SMG. But there are instances where it's useful, such as with USA. The price for the regular squad isn't too bad for the amount of M1 Garands you have, and the M1 Garands do have a decent fire rate for a rifle. So the regular squad is a decent buy for USA, or the single rifles as USA, going single M1 Garand instead of the SMG Thompsons. I think in those situations it is better. The other one obviously is the Elite Marksman for all nations. Most of them come with the automatics except the Japanese, but it's priced as worth it. So in my opinion, when choosing a rifle or SMG, only the USA M1 Garands does trump the SMG for that nation. Also obviously the Elite Marksman. So let's get into the detail. Down to the boring detail. Hopefully it's exciting for some. So here's just the tier 1 rifles in comparison. First I'll go to the health damage, the one in orange. You can see all the rifles pretty much do the same damage for Japan, Germany, Soviet, UK. Garands obviously doing a bit less damage. Then you have the fire rate, which the Garands are doing the highest amount of fire rate, obviously. Then the infield's coming second, and the rest relatively the same. Then you have the reload time. You can see in yellow, it's minusing of the total score. They're all pretty much the same. Enfield's actually the slowest, and Enfield's actually the fastest, and the Garand is actually the slowest. The reason why it's the slowest, because this reload time calculation takes into account the rate of fire, the amount in the cartridge, and then also as back-end recharge time, such as the Enfield does have a back-end recharge time of 5 seconds instead of 3 seconds for the other ones. But overall, the Garand is got the highest time in reload because it shoots the most clip. So there's a biggish calculation behind all this. So these are all weighted, to my opinion. So it's kind of opinionated, but it's using back-end stats once again. And then you have the speed, which is pretty much similar all around. It's just the speed the bullet travels, which doesn't really matter unless you're shooting extremely fast targets. So there you go. Okay, so this is the total rating for the tier 1 rifles. I got the Garand as first because obviously you can dish out a lot more damage in a time, and Lee Enfield second, similar scenario, it can dish out more damage than the other three at the top. Mosin Mauser Type 99 dishes out the same damage, similar reload speed. The only difference is the Mosin has a faster bullet speed, which may affect the accuracy very, very slightly. So they're all similar priced. I guess they're 10 MP for the top three, then 2 at the bottom. So that's the rating, guys. Remember, it is an opinion, and also that you don't really need to know all this to play well. It's just interesting to know. So there you go, Garand for the win. And here's the table it calculates from. There's a whole heap of other raw data in the back end, but these are the main ones. So there's the speed. You can see it's not much difference to all. Health damage. You can see the Garand just does less damage than the rest. The fire rate, obviously the Garand has got a huge advantage there. And Enfield does have a bit more fire rate than the others. Then you have the reload time, which the Garand stays in reload longer. Lee Enfield a bit less than the rest due to its 10 clip or 10 cartridge. I'm not sure what the actual terminology is, but 10 bullets before it has to reload. Then you have accuracy boost. This is one thing which is a bit of a question mark for me. I am going to just make it a 2 to the weight. Basically, the tier 1 infantry, except the Garands, have a stat accuracy boost in the back end. So there you go. There's the order. And here we are checking out the automatic rifles only. So we've got in the automatic rifles, who wins in what scenario. Let's have a look at firstly the health damage. The health damage, we see the, I don't want to pronounce this, it's that DELISLE rifle for the UK Commandos. Huge damage compared to the rest. Then you have the SVD-40 Johnson's, Lee Enfield, pretty much in second place. and the lowest you have the M2 carbine. But then if you move on to the fire rate, if I look at the grey one, this one, you can see that the damage is low for the M2 carbine, but it's got a huge fire rate compared to the others. So that will weight it appropriately for the USA ranges. Then you have the airborne for the USA coming second in fire rate, quite half of the speed basically of the M2 carbine. And the slowest one was obviously the Lee Enfield. By the way, it's called automatic in the back end. This is the Men of War stat. It's listed as an automatic weapon, the MK3. I'm not too sure if it is or not in real life. I just know about it in the game. Then you have the blue one. The speed doesn't really impact the score too much. Then you have the accuracy boost, which does a little bit as well. Reload time, you can see that it's pretty much all even, except the Enfield MK3 has a lower reload time, only because the fire rate's so slow, so there's less time in recharging the whole ammunition clip. Then you have the Garands with the highest, I think, reload time. So those are the stats. And here you have the automatic table, rifles automatic in the table. You can see the highest rating is the M2 carbine with 52, then the dealers for the UK commandos, followed by carbine, and lastly I guess you got the Lee Enfield, then the Garands, the tier 1s. So this is not taking into account any of the unit specialties based on their tier infantry, just taking into account the guns as on its own. So I'm not considering anything else or price in this rating. So you can see the fire rate. The big standout in fire rate is the carbine, the M2 carbine. Then the health damage is the UK commandos, the DLs, 40, and pretty much all the same. So pause if you like. Those are the stats. So you got the total rating now, my rating for all these rifles. So you got the carbine first. That dishes out a lot of bullets basically. It's got a fast reload time, or fast fire rate. Then you got the UK Commando DL gun, which dishes out a lot of damage per shot. So that is what makes it higher. I'm guessing it depends on what situation you want. I prefer the fire rate to the damage. At closer range, I guess the carbine would be better, and the DL probably in medium range or so. Then you got the M1 carbine, SVT 40. So really the USA has got a lot of top tier automatic rifles, as you can see, in the tier 1 and also in the other tier of infantry. Then you got the G43 Brandenburgers. So where's the UK? The UK's got one in there. So everyone's really got the top four. Japanese don't actually have a good rifle, in fact. If you look at the list here, the rifle is going down. Where's the next Japanese? The Japanese rifle is all the way down at the bottom. Type 99 rifle, tier 1, is pretty low. Type 2 is very low for the Paras as well. Yeah, they don't have a good rifle, it seems, because they don't have any automatic rifles. Yeah, so pause it if you like. There it is. My rating. And just in table format now, you can see the specifics, I guess. There's a lot of other calculations and columns in the back end to work this out, but this is my rating on the table. You can see the health damage is different. So the top two have totally different health damages, different fire rates as well, but they're still rated high. So screenshot that, yeah, pause it or whatever you want. There you go. And finally, some of the back-end stats. It's a bit more I haven't included here, but these are some of the things I've used to make the calculation. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd do this again. It's pretty fun to look into the back-end stats. Just doing it while I'm watching House of Cards and Netflix, just chilling out. Yeah, I don't really play the game anymore in the last 2-3 weeks because of the outer sinks. Actually, for the last 2 months, I've been casting only the tournament games. I actually like doing this better than playing right now. So yeah, still waiting for the outer sinks. Pause it if you like. Also, yeah, baby's coming in pretty much any time now, so I'll be pretty much taken away. Hopefully I can do a video a week or even more during night time. So I will see you around. Hopefully the game gets fixed shortly. I can't find another game I like. Yeah, also waiting for Hansy and Pringles to fight in the grand finals. So hope you have a good day. See you guys.